how to validate a business idea before investing valuable time, money, energy, focus, heart, all the things. We're gonna jump into that right now. And I got 10 questions that kind of cover kind of the base of all this. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. What problem does your business idea solve, and who experiences this problem? So before you invest a lot of your time and energy, you really need to take a moment and to say, like, can I do this for a year? Can I do this for, 5 years? Because I think a lot of times I've had a lot of business ideas that didn't match up with me as a core. It matched up with my skills, right? I can do a lot of things. It's kind of, for instance, I'll give you an example. I've catered to the holistic wellness community for pretty much all my career. That's been mainly what I've gotten hired for as a creative director, to really provide beautiful websites and stores and brochures and all sorts of different creative assets for these people. And I do it really well. I have a really good knack for it. But as I was thinking about the business, my legacy, the thing that I want to build, the more and more that I continue to go down this road of like catering towards like holistic wellness, the more and more I realize, like, my heart is actually in a different place. And so what I mean by that is, your business is a reflection of you. Truly. It is you, and then you being able to serve and sell all these different things under your you. It always starts with the founder. It always starts with the person. And I did this, I think I've done it so many times wrong, where I would take the business, I'd start a business, and then I'd kind of want to take all the things that are about me out of the business, because that's a lot. If you look at a lot of business help, you'll see that, oh man, because like I remembered taking consultation calls and being so worried about, like, oh my God, like the kids are, if the kids are in the background, the client's not gonna hire me, all this type of stuff, right? And these things are just part of my life, right? Parenting, business, self-development, those are the things that I cared so deeply about. And as the more and more that I really thought about it, I realized that you are the business, you the person. Now, I'm not going to get into key man risk, which is a whole nother thing, but at the end of the day, you are the business. So the way to align and just kind of come back to our questions, what problems does your business idea solve, and who experiences this problem? We'll come back to that in just a second, because this is a little prerequisite to that. If you start with you versus start with a business, you're gonna invest in you forever. Is that fair to say? You are the ultimate hold, okay? If we're thinking about investing, right? You buy, you sell, you hold. You are the biggest asset. Your mind is the biggest asset that you have as you grow and grow and grow, because you can change businesses, you can change business models, you can change all that stuff, but you still remain here, right? You can leave a company, but guess what? The skills that you learned from that company, you take with you, and you can use them to build the next and the next and the next. So if you start with the you versus the business, you're gonna be way better aligned, okay? So with that being said, now what you want to do is, this is really, I think, if I'm being honest, I think this may be the most critical core question you have to answer for yourself before you start, because everything is going to build off of this. If you get it wrong, a lot of times you have to knock it over, start again. And don't get me wrong, in business we do a lot of knocking over, we do a lot of break shit fast. But the thing about it is, if you can get this right to start with, you're going to save yourself years of your life. I really mean this. I've been doing this. I've been doing business for like over 15 years now. I've just been in the space, and so I've seen it done from so many different angles. You need to get your avatar right. And I know that can seem like a scary word, or like a word that doesn't really, but if you get your avatar right, everything else falls into place, okay? And there's an easy way to actually figure out your avatar. Your avatar, a lot of times, is you 5 years ago, okay? So for me, like my avatar, I'll tell you what my avatar is, and you probably know, because I say it all the time, but if you're new here, it's for parents that have a business or are trying to start a business that care about self-development. Probably roughly in their 30s. 25 to 34 is roughly the range area that my audience that I can see on YouTube. So you can kind of get data on this and actually start to see. And you can also see, guys and girls, so it's right now we're about 85% guys, 15% girls. So you can kind of tell what your avatar is. And I'm a guy, so it makes sense that majority of people that do listen to me, they're you can see how that works. And so if you think of like, I'm just serving me, I'm just being a mentor to earlier me, that's exciting. That's super exciting, because you have been through the scars, the journeys, you have all the stories now to tell your previous self, which is really the avatar that you're now serving. Does that make sense? And if you can do that, you absolutely can serve those people and make products for those people like at scale. And you can make a business that serves around that. I hope that makes sense. If you decide, let's take the other example of the holistic wellness stuff that I tried to do, and I just I ended up tearing it down, because that's not, I do really good things for the, for this avatar, but this doesn't, it's not all the way aligned with what I'm doing right here, right? So for holistic wellness, like I'm, I would call myself, I would not call myself like the most health aware person out there. So I don't have that level of whatever, but I care about going to the gym. I care about my energy. I care about, protein, stuff like that. But I'm not like up on like, where I think, the holistic community is. So that already, majority of the people that I served are women, and there's a different thing that I'm just not a girl. And so there's a lot of things that I probably would miss or don't understand just by being a guy. It's real. I understand a lot about being a guy, being a dad. I understand some about being a mother, but not all the things about being a mother, because I'm just not a mother. It makes sense. So it's not all the way, it's not aligned right there. Now, I can serve and do the skills. I understand what they need, so you can absolutely do that. But more and more and more as you are invested, is this just a high-paying job, that you're getting paid for because you know what you're doing? Or is this, are you a missionary or a mercenary? And what that means is, a mercenary is for hire, right? It's like whatever side, whatever business, whatever, I'll take the check. And look, there is no shame in you in being a mercenary. A lot of times gig workers or we're over here like, okay, doesn't really matter if it's Walmart or Uber or whatever. Whoever pays the highest, let's go, let's do this. Nothing wrong with that. But when you're now aligning yourself with, what am I going to do for the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Yeah, you definitely want to be on more the missionary side. Missionary is more like you care so deeply and so passionately about what you're doing that energy is going to carry you through the continual just problems that you'll hit in business. You're going to need that to carry you through. And so that is why I say getting your avatar right is the most important thing you can do for yourself to start with. I've gotten it wrong many times, and I'm here to say that when I finally said, okay, parentpreneurs are my vibe, these are my people, these are who I'm serving, and oh, by the way, parentpreneurs that love self-development. So I went a little bit deeper because I love self-development. Now all of a sudden I have this Venn diagram of goodness that's just me. And I can talk about it all day, every day, always. I'm going to always be a dad. I'm going to always care about business. I'm going to always care about self-development. So I can hold forever. The business itself can, in a sense, hold forever because I can hold forever. Even if you decide to go public or you sell your business or whatever, you can then, what the values are, and you can then transfer those over to a operator that cares as deeply like you. So anyways, let's come back to the actual core question. So that was the prerequisite to get into question one. What problem does your business idea solve, and who experiences this problem? So we can knock out who experiences this problem. It's you, like your avatar from 5 years ago, you 5 years ago. So make that person. Think about who you are. Think about the 3 things that you love the most. Roll them up, and that is probably going to be your business. Truly. Take a minute, think about it. And be like, okay, boop, boop, boop. That's actually probably what your business is going to be. Let me know in the comments. And what problem does your business idea solve? That's strange. So typically the problem that your business solves, if you're going the done for you route, which most people do, most of you are probably service-based businesses, it's just probably what you're already good at. So it's kind of like, let's just say, let me just say that my avatar, I'm making something up here, are moms that love animals and reading books. Okay, 3 things. So what would that business look like? If you are a person that, like a veterinarian, you would advertise to moms that also love book clubs, or moms that love books. So you would be able to kind of fine tune that in. So whatever it is that you do, that's pretty easy to figure out what you're actually what you're solving. Now you can go a little bit of a layer up. You know what you're trying to do, right? So instead of the basic service, you know what you're trying to do. I know what I'm trying to do. It's all about financial freedom, time with my kids, doubling my customers, tripling their LTV, all that stuff. That's stuff that I care deeply about. So if you've gotten to any of those milestones, you can sell that as the thing, or you can have someone come along as the journey. Now, I would like to share something that I've been implementing, and it has been working fantastically. Let me open up my Notion. A lot of us short sell ourselves. We don't value ourselves enough. And this a lot of times comes from you just being an employee. When you're an employee, you get paid a certain amount, and that's what you feel like your skills are worth. You get paid $20 an hour. You're like, oh, I must be worth $20 an hour. And so when you come to building your business, it's very hard for you to change your mindset of how to shift out of that, I'm only worth this much. Because you'll be like, okay, well, I can, do this service in 5 hours. So that means that, I'll, have the client, pay me $100 or something like that. When it's really not even about your hourly. It's the difference between your price, so your price, your value, and I wish I had another hand, your cost of goods. Imagine this is the middle. Value, price, cost of goods. So ideally what you do is you have a product that costs you $10 to make. You charge $100 for that product, and to the customer it's worth $1,000. It's hard to get those things right, but that's really what it is. Or you have a product that you can make for $100, right? Maybe that's 2 of your hours, 3 of your hours, 4 of your hours, whatever it is. For $100, the price that you sell it for is $1,000, right? So 10x. And then the value that you're providing somehow is $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000 worth of value. at that $1,000 price point. You always want to have a gap between the price they're paying and the value. And so this system, this is not my system, but I discovered it. I'm not sure the guy's name. I'll try to look it up next time I talk about the system. But he called it a bow tie system, and it's pretty much like a funnel that goes like, so you have a funnel typically for people that are coming into your business, and then you actually have a reverse funnel for people that are already in your business, the customers, and making their LTV, their lifetime value, worth more. Okay, because it's hard to get people into your business. And when you get someone into your business, increasing their value is actually much easier than actually getting more people in. But you want to be doing both at the same time. So where this comes into what you're selling is you have different levels at which people come to you. Okay, so I'm going to start with the beginning. It's like I think like 9 levels, and this is where you can actually price differently depending on the level. So you have prospect, which is number 1, which is more like you guys right now. If you're watching this video and you haven't, you're just watching my YouTube videos, watching my shorts, you kind of know me from whatever, but you have not gone to the next level, which is subscribe to my email list, which, by the way, like, you should definitely do that. We got lots of good actual tips, information for parentpreneurs. We got 1,000 parentpreneurs on that list right now. Plug, go to williammosley.com and you can sign up there. If you're not there, you're on level 1, which means that, the top of the funnel, right? Just everyone, all the people. Now, you're not selling anything to these people. You're trying to give value. I'm trying to give you value, more and more value, until you prove yourself. And then eventually they're like, okay, you know what? Okay, sure. I fuck with them. I'll sign up for the email. Fine. By the way, sign up for the email. Then you go to the next level, level 2. Okay, which is an email subscriber, which may seem very basic. You're like, okay, email, cool. But truly, what this does is it allows you to have a regular cadence to talk to your list. Right now I'm still working on the names. Okay, so forgive me if we change. But like people that are like level 1 prospect, you guys are the Mosley mob. Okay, like we're just mobbing out here. We just mobbing out here. It's a little rough out here. Let's go, Mosley mob. Okay, if you want to be a Mosley maker, okay, email list, email subscribers. Again, we're working on the names, but I think those two are pretty good. So once you get someone on your email list, you can start to write newsletters every week, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever the cadence is, and they start to give a little more. You can give them more value. Get more into a rhythm. They've kind of raised their hand, said, "I'm a little bit interested in what you're doing," which is good. That kind of warms them up. MailChimp is able to track this. MailChimp is able to determine how many emails a person has opened over a certain period of time, whether they've clicked your links, whether they've replied to you. So with this, you're able to help them self-select. They'll pretty much self-select whether they're a hot lead or a warm lead or a cold lead. And that's what you want to do, because you don't want to waste all of your time trying to pursue cold leads in your business. It's very hard to do. And so you can, by them kind of opening more emails and engaging more, they'll come to the top. And at that point, then you're like, okay, all right, okay. At that point, by them being a little warmed up, they're more likely to buy something small. Let's not say anything big, but they're more likely to buy something small. So what you want to do with these emails, again, this is not my system. I need to find the guy's name to give him credit. But you pretty much, at the end of each email, you got a little call to action to a very small offer, which is like something for like $10, $20, $30, something of value to them, but also it's not taking any time from you to make. It's like a template or an SOP or a PDF that you've written, or a slide deck or whatever, something like that it's $10. But what's important is they then transition from being a customer or being a subscriber to now a customer, and that's different. Being a customer is different, okay? And then, you send them more information, interested, all that stuff. And then, actually, let me give you a second. I really want to find this guy's name so I can give him credit for the system, because it's, I'm early in doing it, but I feel like it's been doing good stuff. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. See if we can make this happen. I'm not seeing it. But imagine if you look up bow tie funnel or bow tie funnel, you'll probably find it on YouTube. It's about a 30-minute video. Then they go to interested, okay? Which then you can actually put them in like a different list where you can actually start to, they're almost like your VIPs now, or you can start to kind of cater to that. And then you can transition them into actually your actual offer. Whatever your product is that you're selling, your spa retreat, whatever the big product is that you're actually selling, you can transition them into that bot offer. They've warmed up enough. Now, we're not done there, right? By the way, actually, sorry, I should change that. Bot offer is still more something that does not require a lot of your energy. It's kind of like, it's more of the bot offer would be more like buying a course, okay? You make the course once, but then as soon as they buy it, they can get it, but you're not doing anything. The whole point of this is leverage, time leverage. You as a parent have limited time, okay? And so you want to be able to make the most money with the least amount of effort. And when you do service for somebody, you want to make sure you're getting paid the most money. So this kind of levels up between how much time you actually spend catering to a client, and then like levels up as they buy. The more and more attention that you give to them, the more they actually have to pay, okay? Because that's your most valuable asset is your time. So they buy like the course, okay? And then you can then transition them into like maybe being a community member, okay? Community member might be like you have a monthly access and you have access to all this VIP material. You're part of a community of like-minded, Mosley minds. Hey, maybe it's Mosley minds in the community group. Well, again, we're coming up with names here. We're building this out. So again, early in this, but it makes a lot of sense. Then after you do the community, you have the community, then your time, you start to sell your time, okay? At this point, you can sell one-on-one consultations, okay? One-on-one consultations, you charging anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 for a session or for multiple sessions, for people to be like, they've had so much time in your system that they want personalized result, personalized advice. I can give you all the advice in the world, but not knowing what your business is, I can't give you specific advice. I can give you as much as I can, but then that's where the one-on-one consultation goes, right? So you got that. And then after that, we keep on leveling up the money. Then after that, personalized work, which is really what you probably already were thinking of doing to start with. You're like, okay, I'll do this thing for Sally, whatever. But no, you should. This is the most critical thing, because you're giving so much of your time in this moment where you're doing something for that person. Don't get me wrong, you should absolutely do this for this person, but the money has to make sense with your time. So this is where the product that you're selling is anywhere from about $2,000 to $10,000, okay? And that may seem like a lot when you're first starting out, and there's ways to test this and get it up, etc., etc. But this is, the point where you're white gloved. You're wanting to make sure you take care of these people. Like, these are your biggest fans that have said, yo, I actually trust you so much that I actually want to buy from you. Like, buy something that actually solves this big problem that I have. And so you do that. And then here goes the last thing, okay? The last one, so you got personalized work, and then you go on to partnership, okay? Partnerships are like rev share models. They're like equity models, different, whether, or partial, whatever your role is. Like for me, it would be a partial CMO, creative marketing officer, or a partial creative director at a company. And with this, you can either do like some sort of rev share, or it could be like, hey, I'm on retainer with your company. You pay me anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 a month. And, that's how it goes. Or it might be performance based or something like that. But this is the most highest level one. These are partners. These could be like you doing a big brand deal with somebody too. That's also qualifies as that. There's a lot of different things. And so you can see how there's multiple levels of income depending on someone's engagement with you in this funnel. You start from like Bowtie. You start by getting them to be just a customer, which is buying something for $10, and then eventually in time, depending on where they're at in the thing, you're on to $10,000 a month. From some of the trusted and the best people in your industry that you're in your customer base that you're messing with. So good stuff. All right, so we're gonna rapid fire through our 9 questions. Who's your target audience and how can you verify their willingness to pay for your solution? We just talked about that. You Bowtie system. You get them in the funnel, get them on your sub list, get them to buy something really small, and then level up. Your target audience, again, it's just you 5 years ago, truly. What existing solutions or competitors currently address this problem, and how does your idea differ? I would say that the competitors don't matter. This is not a zero-sum game. Everyone can eat, everyone can win. Unless you're making millions and there's an actual pie, it doesn't matter. You all can win. We can share it. Currently addressing their problems, and how does your idea differ? Your idea differs because you are the avatar. You are the one of one. You are the one of one. You know what I mean? If you are the business, there's no other Will Mosley out there, bro. I mean, sure, there's other people named Will Mosley, but bro, this is Will Mosley right here. One of one. All right. What is the minimal viable version of your product or service, and how can you test it with real customers? The Alex from Mosley talks a lot about this. The first 5 are free. If you're doing like a do for you service, first 5 are free. Reach out to your feed, your people. Do the first 5 free, and then whatever the amount that you're charging, right? Let's say it's $2,000, like in general of what you want to get to. 80% off of $2,000 for the next one, which I think is $400, and then $800, and then it up and up and up till you get to the base price, and then you keep on going up until you hit a point where people aren't actually buying. But every 5 is then free. The next 5 are 80% off. The next 5 are 60% off. The next 5 are 40% off, so on and so forth, all the things. All right. What key assumptions about your business idea could make or break its success? If you do not align yourself with your business, you will lose. That's it. How can you measure the demand for your idea before launching it? If you are the person that's holding, you got to go in. Business, you can't go into business for the money. You got to go into the business because you can't not go into business. And I know that sounds weird and crazy, but it's so easy to actually have a regular income, like employment or self-employment, and then your business can grow like a tree, because it's going to take so much time and energy. And it's almost like the money dollars that you get are just like bonuses, because you get to play this game. I know it sounds weird. I get how weird it sounds, but trust me, if you fall in love with the process of building your business, not with the process of the results of the business, it's different. What resources, time, money, skills are required to execute this idea, and are they available to you? All your time, always and forever. So if you're not willing to commit your time always and forever, then maybe don't start a business. We're running out of time here. How will you market and distribute your product and service or to your target audience? Just told you. YouTube, email list, and then down and down and down and down how you do it. What potential risks or challenges could you face, and how your burnout, depression, sadness, all feelings of loss, you're going to feel all of those. So it's just reality. And then lastly, how will you evaluate success or failure during this validation process? It is not about the end destination. It is about directionally correct. Am I directionally getting better? More, better, new. More, better.